I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free, cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free, cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. It's kush. Love me too much and your brain turn to mush. Fall flat on your tush. You couldn't handle the product I push. I guess I'm just used to it, I just do it. Like Nike swoosh, none of that Reggie Bush. Cause I'm top shelf, I ain't got wealth. But I'm on my grind like park rails. I'd sell the shoes right off my 2 feet. Then add one, that's a yard sale. Got dumb bars that be smarter than Harvard, Yale. Take your pictures elsewhere. You wanna be TMZ, I wanna be VIP. Quit pandering, I'm not answering. Cause I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free, cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free, cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. All of that bark and no bite, that's alright. Not everyone can be the big dog. Take a walk, kick rocks. Can't keep me out cause I pick locks. They hearing me knocking, I'll never be stopping. I keep this shit popping like lip gloss.
Right. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see right now, it's me and my boy Pride on the show. Logan will be with us here in a few minutes, and Tross will be with us probably midway through the show. Hopefully Frankie, if he's not working, I think he's supposed to be on the show, so we will see what happens. But Pride, what is up, my brother?
Chilling, man. I'm just waiting for 10 o'clock because UFC 275 is going to be on. I feel so bad. It's in Singapore, but to maximize the U.S. prime time, it's 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time is when the fight starts here. In Singapore, the fight card starts at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, no. Ain't no way.
Damn.
I swear to God, in order to capitalize on the U.S. prime time, even though they're in Singapore, they are hosting the event in Singapore. They are not going by Singapore time.
And so I'm assuming they're sold out too.
Bro,
they always are.
Singaporeans, Singapore folks, whatever, the people in Singapore
right,
who want to go see this thing live are going to have to probably wake up probably 3 o'clock in the morning to get there on time.
That's the definition of day drinking there, Pride. At 6 in the
morning.
Have breakfast. They better be serving breakfast at the event. Now, I don't want hot dogs and hamburgers and nachos at 6 in the morning.
I mean, if you're basing your life on an event that's at 3 o'clock in the morning, whether you're a spectator or a participant, that's a very big dramatic change to your normal daily routine. So how do you get your body, your mind ready at 3 o'clock in the morning? I guess you're going to sleep early in the afternoon.
Imagine how the fighters feel.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you're the participant,
for some of them, they had to I know they've been there for at least a few days, but my God, they've been having to do that, cut weight, and try and get a decent amount of sleep.
Yes, sir. And that's why. And it was crazy because I was watching the weigh-ins, and I was so confused because one of them said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be here at the fight was gonna be at
what's going on, sir?
Like Sunday night." Someone said Saturday night, so I'm looking at it. And to capitalize on and this is honestly the funniest explanation that I've heard. To maximize the United States prime time, the Singapore people, the card in Singapore time will start at 6 o'clock. That is by far the funniest thing I think I've ever heard in my entire life. I think this is the first time, and if I'm wrong, somebody fact check me. But I think this is one of the first times that a company hosted an event outside of the United States and didn't take into account the time difference and make those people show up at 6 o'clock in the morning. God bless them, man.
I would even think for the World Cup and everything, whenever they go to all these different countries, they at least start at a decent time, maybe noon, but my God, not 6 in the morning. Yeah,
bro,
that crowd is going to be dead asleep that first fight. Bro, on the bright side for them, it's going to be over at 4 in the afternoon. So, I'm going
to say this right now.
As long as these fights go, Jesus Christ.
Dude, I'm going to say this right now. And I'm not kidding. If somehow this is sold out, Singapore fans are the most diehard UFC
loyal fans.
Oh, you know you're diehard.
Diehard fan. You are in order
level.
to do this, you have to take this is the equivalent for like to put this in perspective, it is the equivalent of taking a shitty 4:00 in the morning flight. We gotta wake up before even the rooster's up type of shit. Like that's the type of stuff that the people of Singapore are gonna have to do. They're gonna have to be up mad early. God bless them, man.
Hey, I want to say a shout out there to, and I hope I say his name right, Aloysius from Komodo Island, Indonesia, man. Hey, appreciate you joining the show.
Worldwide, baby.
We're not that far out.
Titus worldwide.
Prestige worldwide.
Prestige worldwide. Stop it! You're gonna make me laugh. It's too early for Will Ferrell, but hey, good stuff. No, but I guess before we get started, in my opinion, if you're a fighter though, Pride, how does that affect you? Being that early in the morning, how does that really affect
Oh, it affects you.
I mean,
10%, dude. Like, and it's crazy because like not only is it a different time zone, so you got to get acclimated to that, right? You got to get used to it, all that stuff. But then couple with the fact that like you basically get used to it, only to still wake up extremely early. That's awkward. I've never in my life seen anybody wake up at 6:00 in the morning and go, yeah, I'm ready to fight. Like,
no.
what type of drugs do you do and slide me some? Like, that's the type of, like, it's insane. It's insane. I genuinely don't understand. Excuse me. I don't understand why the UFC. I mean, don't get it twisted. I'm glad I'm able to watch it. You know what I mean? Because like I said, it starts at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm glad I'm able to watch it. But even so, it's still like, I feel bad because it's like, you go to another country. Mind you, Singapore, for those of you who don't know, there is a very heavy MMA community out there because if they're not watching UFC, they're watching One Championship. So there is an MMA base out there. For you to go into basically kind of isolate them. Like, you go there and you go, yeah, you guys aren't even worth us converting to your time.
Yeah. If you're in Singapore, are you pissed off at the U.S. because you got to get up at 3:00 in the morning to go see
man. I'm not pissed at I'm pissed at the company.
Right.
Because when the UFC goes to London, they favor London time. They don't
That's true.
say, you know what I mean? Like when they go to
That's
London,
true. When you get the NFL fights in the U.S., for us, it's inconvenience.
Right.
That's true. Yeah, because I mean, you got those 9 a.m. NFL games.
Exactly.
That's just crazy.
I'm not.
I mean, not that I complain. I don't mind, watching some morning football.
No, I mean that is kind of cool too. It's something different, but I mean, still, it's like, oh man, it's a Sunday. I gotta wake up even earlier now. It's like,
hey, but you know what? Hey, it just gives you an excuse to have a beer much earlier in the day. I'm just saying, I'll put that out there.
The way of
just saying. Hey, listen, folks, man, hell of a good time, man. Pride. Man, I know.
I'm gonna let Pride speak on this one. I'm just gonna take a back seat, Jay.
I just got a couple of questions for Pride because I'm gonna give him the full floor. I believe that. Pride, man. Again, the question I'm asking you is, the previous game to what was it, game 3? Tatum, what was it like 9 of 24 today, or last game was 8 of 23. How's it looking for Tatum? Like, what are we expecting going forward out of Tatum in this series? I love it. Yeah, it's okay. With all due disrespect, I love it. It's okay. Pride, you got the floor, man. Break down this first this game 4 for us.
Okay, so I just want to. So we lost it for 2 reasons. There are 2 reasons we lost it. Thanks, babe. Appreciate it. There are 2 reasons why we lost it. First of all, we went towards the end of the stretch where, we kind of sold a little bit, I'm not going to lie. And we only had in the final 7 minutes and 32 seconds, we only came up with 6 points. In a tight game, that's not going to win it. So
any game, really.
Right. But a blowout, sure. But
yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like,
but other than that, it's pretty tough to win.
Right. Like, that's like stupid, period. Right. So there's that, right? Like, obviously, you're not going to be able to win a game if all we're constantly doing is going on these droughts, right? But on the flip side, just Steph Curry being Steph Curry. Like, a lot of people been kind of knocking him a little bit because he hasn't shown up in the fourth quarter. And We all know how much I hate Steph Curry. And probably the leader of the anti-Curry club, right? But even so, excuse me, even so, to say, oh yeah, he's choking in the fourth, that's too disingenuous to let that narrative go by. Because the 2 games that they lost, ironically, was the only 2 games in the series that Steph Curry didn't have at least 30 points going into the fourth quarter. Let me say that one more time in case
going into.
Think, he needs at least 30 points going into the fourth quarter for Golden State to win. Let that sink. Let me say this one more time. Steph Curry needs his jersey number heading into the fourth. I'm not talking about 4 quarters. Heading into the fourth, he needs at least 30 for them to win. Defensively, I like what we're doing. I really do. But when it comes to it, we had a scoring drought. And then Steph was like, you know what? I'm going to be tired, but it is what it is. I have no choice because nobody else wants to do it. I mean, Draymond, at this point, I'd rather cut him.
He could replace Draymond.
To be honest, bro. You remember back then when people were saying Ben Simmons is trash? I would like to raise you one, Draymond.
I would raise you a Draymond.
So like, it's that Clay clearly is still trying to get into it. Jordan Poole, I don't know. Maybe it's just
he needs the baddies back in his section.
Dude, honestly, Steph is truly the only one really stepping up. Let's just call it what it is for Golden State. Like, again, he needs to have 30 points heading into the fourth for them to win. Let's. That's nuts. It really is. So we went on a scoring drought, and Steph was like, "Look, game 5, Steph gonna be beat. He's gonna be beat." And he's not going to be able to do this again game 5, you know. Now, he'll probably give you quarter 1. He'll probably do his Steph thing. But what they need to do is go up to him and say, quarter 2, we'll still have you out there. You can shoot, but we're going to give you a break. We're going to put the scoring load on somebody else. He needs somebody else to step up. If no one else is stepping up, this entire performance Steph is giving you is going to go for naught.
Yeah, I get it.
So it's straight up, you know what I mean? And before anything, we had what? Tatum missed. The final few possessions was a Tatum miss, 2 Tatum misses in a row, then a Marcus Smart layup miss. He hit a 3, then Jaylen Brown with 2 misses in a row, then Tatum with a miss. Smart had 2 misses in a row. Al Horford with a miss, and then Al Horford hit a 3, and then Jaylen Brown had a turnover, and then Derek White. He misses. So again, 6 points in the last almost like a little over 7.5 minutes in a close game. You're not gonna get that win. You're just not. Especially when you look at the flip side, when you have Steph Curry literally going nuclear because he's just getting sick and tired of waiting for everybody else. Like, he's sick of everybody. He's sick of it. Like, think about it. He's tired of it. He's like, yo, I'm doing everything. Whatever you need me to do, I'm doing it. At some point, I need somebody to step up. Period. Sanders says Celtics need to stop the sloppy play. Too many turnovers during key moments. As a momentum and Golden State loves to capitalize on those moments. I would say yeah, but the only reason why I slightly disagree is more specifically for Game 4 is we were also forcing turnovers on them. So like for Game 4 specifically, I'm not gonna go too crazy on them. Because I if I'm not mistaken, somebody fact check me. I think the turnover difference was like 1 or 2.
Yeah, it wasn't much. It was like 15 to or 12 to 17, something like that. It wasn't a whole lot. It wasn't nothing, you know, over the top crazy. But heading into game 5, almost all the categories were the same. It wasn't a whole lot of difference in those categories.
It was a close game until the end when Steph really was like looking around. And he was like, "Clay, is it your turn?" "No, I don't feel good." Jordan Poole, "You're the future. You want to step up?" And he's like, "I'm not ready." He looks at Draymond and laughs and goes, "All right, guess it's my number." Like, he didn't even ask Draymond.
Wiggins did do a pretty decent job. Wiggins was okay. He was, you know, Wiggins was like the number 2 guy.
But here's
in
the
that
thing.
particular show or that game. Anyway.
Don't get it twisted. I don't want to say like Andrew Wiggins was solid, right? Especially defensive. Andrew Wiggins was solid. The problem was solid as your number 2, you're not going nowhere.
Yeah,
Let's be honest. Like you need him. If he's your number, like to be honest, Wiggins shouldn't be the number 2. Like a lot of his buckets should be the fact that you're paying so much attention on Steph and Clay and even Jordan Poole. You're paying so much attention that it opens up for Andrew Wiggins. That's how it's supposed to be. But now you're putting the ball in his hands. Now he's like, and don't get it twisted, he's solid. But the problem that's always been with Andrew Wiggins, if he misses 2 shots in a row, you see the impact it has on his defense. Where then mentally it gets in his head and he's like, oh man, I'm messing up. And then he starts snoozing on defense, whether it's just he's just kind of upset or, upset with himself. Maybe he's just spacing out saying, man, what could I have done different that play or whatever the case may be. You start seeing it in his defense.
And so actually, their turnovers were actually 16 apiece. They were dead even on the turnovers.
So, and again, I'm only saying this in, when I'm talking about game 4. I'm not talking about the entire series. I'm just talking about specifically game 4 because obviously going the entire series, like I said this before, I'll live with like 15, 16 turnovers. I'll live with that because the Golden State is going to turn the ball over too. My concern is when you start going 17, 18, 19, 20 turnovers, that's when I get scared.
Yeah.
But 16 apiece, I'll live with that. I'll be all right. But I think I said it here. I had it going back to Golden State. I had it 2-2 going back to Golden State. I don't know if I said that here. I might have said it on my show. I can't remember where I said it.
No, I believe you did say it here.
Yeah, you can't because then yeah.
I think Rob was even on here. I think when you said that.
Yeah, I think it was that day. But I had it 2-2 going back to Golden State because I just but the reason I thought Clay wasn't getting his feet back under him. I thought Jordan Poole was going to start, getting a little more comfortable. I did not expect it to be simply because of Steph. And even though it's 2-2, if you're a Golden State fan, you have to be nervous. You have to be. Because here's my thing. Jason Tatum has if he has a stretch where he struggles, we got Jaylen Brown, who I know is going to step up. And if Jaylen Brown is on the bench, we still got Derek White, who can step up. Al Horford, who can step up. We still got Marcus Smart, who can step. So we have guys that, when we're kind of in these patches where we kind of need to look to other guys, we have other guys we can go ahead and give it to. The problem with Golden State, they're not trying to give it nobody because it almost seems like nobody really wants it. It's to the point, like I said last time, Jordan Poole is getting stopped halfway through the court because he's getting nervous. I'm talking about turnovers when Celtics go up 3 to 5 points. They have a tendency of turning the ball over in those moments and Golden State hits a big shot to get back. That's what I'm saying. Clean up. Yeah, and a lot of the turnovers bother me because they're turnovers where Jason Tatum and Marcus Smart are the 2 biggest ones that I have a problem doing this. They'll get the ball and then they'll jump. They'll jump and then they go, I want to pass the ball now. And now they're kind of putting themselves in the awkward situation where they kind of have to go and do this awkward throw that you can't control it. You can't. Because you're up in the air, you're contorting your body, you're doing all this weird extra stuff. And then you do a stupid pass. And then a lot of times when they do those passes, ironically, they're trying to throw it up at the top of the key. And then all of a sudden, it'll be either Wiggins or Clay or something. They'll hit the ball. And then by the time anybody else touches that ball, it's on the Celtics side and by the free throw line. So all they got to do, whether it be Clay, whatever the case may be, they grab it, boom, up, and all of a sudden it's 2.
Anthony Price says the series is crazy, and he thinks it's staged. One day you're good, the next day, you're not so good. I don't know. It almost does kind of seem staged. I can see his point because it's just back and forth. Between these 2 guys, it's honestly the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I don't know, man. I don't know if Golden State wants to win, they're gonna need Clay and Jordan both to step up immensely because
or just Poole. I mean, Clay. They really just need Poole. They need Poole, their bench. I mean, I don't know if Clay can do more than what he's doing, given his body and rust. I think they're getting, like you said. I think they're gonna need Poole and they're gonna need Draymond. to start producing, start doing their job. Honestly, and really more Draymond than Poole.
Honestly, I'm not asking Draymond for anything because Draymond can't give you much. Like he's like you basically need more scoring, right? You need more scoring. That's not Draymond. I actually love the Clay versus Tatum matchup. I like it too because you got Tatum. Because if you watch it, Tatum wants the mismatch to go on to get Steph. Which, by the way, I love that idea. Make Steph work defensively. You know what I mean? His tank is eventually going to dry. You make him work defensively, you're giving yourself a better chance. But Clay versus Tatum, I like that matchup. I really do.
Yeah.
I think it's very entertaining. You know what I mean? Because Clay will try to keep up. He'll try to keep up. And like I said, it still looks like he's a little nervous with his injury. It still looks like, sometimes with someone else shooting a free throw line, he's kind of grabbing his knee and kind of, touching back of his shoes where his Achilles would be.
Right.
Let's see, it does look a little nervous and whatnot. But for me, man, look, you cannot ask Draymond to do anymore. You can't. Because Draymond can't.
And the thing about Pride, the thing about it is if this trend were to continue, then Golden State should take it because they had the last game in Game 7. So at some point, Boston is going to have to win back-to-back games if they want to win that series. You know what I'm saying?
Yes and no. Well, actually, no, yes. Because here's the thing. I think Game 5 is extremely crucial for the Celtics. And this is not me being like a Celtics fan, but I cannot see the Celtics coming back down 2-3.
Yeah.
I can't see the Celtics coming back from that. I can see Golden State coming back down 2-3. I can't see that. So for me, Game 5 is going to be very critical. And there's going to be one thing that you're basically going to need to figure out if you're Steve Kerr. Do you continue to start Draymond? That's something he's going to have to consider. And he's going to have to
forget he set him out with 7 minutes left in fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Right. And mind you, this is the same fourth quarter that was closely contested.
Yep.
The score was relatively close. So that kind of lets you know that I don't want to say Steve Kerr kind of is all like, oh, I don't know what to do with him. But I think Steve Kerr is like, look, Draymond, I gave you the opportunity. I gave you the chance, and we almost lost. Almost. The only reason why we didn't was because he was just heated. He's mad at y'all. It's like how Steph was playing. That is how an angry man who's mad at his teammates play.
Yeah.
Steph was like, oh, you want the ball? Good one. And it's a shame because if Steph doesn't play like that, they probably lose Game 4. Let that
absolutely they lose Game 4 if he doesn't play like that. There's no doubt about it.
So here's the thing. You now need Steph Curry to give you 4 excellent quarters of basketball. That's too much to ask of a guy like Steph Curry, who, like I said, they're basically isolating him on offense. They run pick and roll, so if Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown has the ball, even Marcus Smart, they're isolating him and they're attacking him so that way he's tired. So you're gonna need somebody to give him something extra, and
that's the thing too. So if you take out Draymond and you put in Looney, does that mess with their chemistry, or is that going to be just fine?
I think maybe for Draymond,
right?
Because maybe Draymond will take offense to it and get upset. Maybe he won't care. Who knows? But for everybody else, and the only reason I say that is remember. And if I'm Steph, I go to Draymond. It's like, yeah, you're coming off the bench. If he gets mad, I go, hold on, time out. I've been better than you every single step of our career. Okay? You are a product of the system. I am a superstar. I came off the bench. And I smiled and had no problem with it. You're coming off the bench. That's what I would do with him.
I gotta kind of agree with Damian a little bit. You know, with the competitiveness and the back and forth of the T-Wolves and Memphis series, this series is stacking up to be almost like that. You know, just with different teams.
Oh, you're talking about the back and forth stuff?
Yeah, just the back and forth wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Question: with how the series is looking, do y'all think this could lead to a new rivalry, and kind of let Lakers Celtics rivalry be a thing of the past? Here's my thing. No, only because there's already so much history between them. But you need to meet somebody for a long, long time before you see that.
Yeah.
And the best way I can describe it with Golden State, how many times did they play Cleveland in the finals?
More often than they have the Celtics, for sure. Are they, twice? Then they played them twice, didn't they?
Yeah, back-to-back years.
No, they played them like 4 times.
Are you talking about in the playoffs?
No, I'm talking about the finals.
Oh no, I was just looking at okay, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the I'm talking about the finals, yeah. Because he's talking about how this final they played 4 times. First time Golden State won. Second time they were 73-9, and LeBron came back. And yes, I know what I'm saying. I'm not saying the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was LeBron. LeBron came back. Okay. Then they got in KD, and then they repeated twice.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right? Yeah. Because then the 5th time was when KD and Clay got hurt against the Raptors. So they played each other 4 times. That wasn't a rivalry. That's something that takes, I would almost go out and say decades. Like decades, and also luck. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
The history with Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, and then they just
it's not gonna be another rivalry like that Lakers Celtics. Like, that is the main rivalry.
Nah, because not only did they play each other a lot, but then certain players who they were
absolutely
ended up lucking into the Lakers' hands or lucking into the Celtics' hands to kind of try to stoke the flame a little bit. I don't think it'll ever be truly gone, because on top of that, with how much history it is.
Oh yeah.
Let's say in 5 years. Let's say in 5 years the Celtics get back to the finals and the Lakers are somehow there. That rivalry, it's right back in the it's all heated and it's all up and it's all ready and whatnot.
You know, I got to be honest. I'm not a fan of the Celtics or the Lakers by any means, but as a basketball enthusiast, I don't mind. I would not mind seeing another, Celtics Lakers finals. I mean, I just love the rivalry between those two teams. It's really something to watch. So as a basketball enthusiast, if my Rockets aren't in it, then that is the one that I would want to see. Just like you said, just because of the history, that they have between the two of them. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. But hey, listen. So the Celtics broke down in the 4th. Do you see that being as a problem going forward, Pride? In other words, with Tatum getting this too. I mean, obviously you see Golden State had those same breakdowns, as well. So, I mean, I guess I should say for either team, do you see that happen?
And that's why I'm not really overly concerned with the breakdown, as long as the defense can keep up.
Yeah.
The problem with Game 3 is not only did our defense break down, but then and we wouldn't get but then our offense broke down. But then defensively, we had positively absolutely no answer for Steph. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like outside of Steph, I think the Warriors outside of Steph shot like 1 for like 6 or it was something like that was like stupidly low. So it's like, outside of Steph, which again, you just kind of gotta hope that Steph kind of tires himself out. My thing is I understand, I get why that question would be posed, but I'm okay with it as long as it's not 0 points we're getting. That's 1. And 2, if our defense can keep it up to make sure that the 4th quarter is a low scoring affair. If we can do that, I'll be all right. But again, the caveat with the offense break it down is like our defense needs to be carrying the load then. If not, whoever doing the halftime speech is amazing. Yeah, wait, what he said? What he said?
No, not the Rockets dig.
Hey, that's all right. Look, it's easy to dig when we're rebuilding. Hey, he can dig all he wants. We'll be back there. I'm not, and then I'm gonna give him shit. So it's okay. He can stick with the Chicago Bulls and their and whatever it is they're doing over there in Chicago. So it's all good. No harm, no foul. My question is this: and Tatum is a very young guy. He's only 24 for crying out loud.
Real quick, Jay, keep that comment up. Hold on, keep that comment up.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Every time we talk about basketball, they're going to talk about Dragon Ball Super. This is the part where Tross would be here. Tross is a huge Dragon Ball type of guy. I'm not. I don't see all this Dragon Ball stuff personally. Logan, are you into the Dragon Ball stuff?
Nah. It's been around forever, but I never got into it. I'm assuming Pride's going to go get some merch or something because he said leave it up.
Let me ask you this while he's gone, and Pride will probably get angry. So, Jason Tatum, like I was saying, he's 24 years old. If he does not get this championship, and he's had very anemic shooting production, obviously, like I said, 9 of 24, 8 of 23, how would this affect him going forward into the next upcoming years?
I think kind of like how it did Devin Booker a little bit, because we all know he didn't do so hot. His team lost the finals last year. I mean, he came back this year, had a really good regular season. I think obviously, like I said, he's super young. He's got plenty of time to develop, and there's a nice T-shirt there.
I had to find it. As soon as he said, I had to find it. I really had to find it. I almost flipped my room upside down looking for it.
What the hell? What is he talking about when he says Dragon Ball Super? What is he saying? What is he saying? Pride knows what it is. What does he mean?
I gotta get the shirt. You're making me get up. I'm
get
fat. I hate you.
No, it's all right.
No, he's already gone.
I had to toss the shirt, Pride. You had to break it down for us non-understanding people.
So Pride, give us an explanation.
Okay. Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Dragon Ball Super is basically the next chapter in the whole thing.
Oh, okay. So it's a different chapter. Okay, now, okay, I'm following you. See, I would have never known that. I didn't know that. Me and Logan were just talking about, I don't know what he's talking about.
So, also, Sanders said, prayers to the Biebs. Oh, yeah, Justin Bieber has some syndrome, you said today. He's like, half his face is paralyzed. Pretty crazy.
Justin Bieber's half of his face is paralyzed?
Yeah, it's some I forget the name of it, but it's some syndrome he's got that
damn.
It's not like temporary. It's not permanent, I don't believe. Like, it can be cured in some cases.
It's Ramsey Hunt syndrome.
That's it.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's how he makes his living.
Oh yeah, he had to cancel a bunch of shows. I saw that he said because obviously half your face is paralyzed, you can't really sing.
So that's horrible. That's horrible. I don't wish that on anybody, especially when your career is dependent on you doing that.
So now here's the question: if someone makes fun of his face, is his wife gonna go up on stage and slap somebody?
Oh man, that's a great Will Smith reference, and I'm so there with you. That's terrible.
Honestly, I think if you make jokes, I don't think he'll get mad because he was on the roast. They had the Comedy Central did a roast for him.
He did a pretty good job of that.
I was watching it earlier. He was a good sport, and he was actually funnier than I thought he'd be.
I think Bieber probably does have a good personality. I don't know if he goes completely Will Smith. I think he probably does. Some of a sense of humor. Hey, look, if I got Bieber's money, I could care less what y'all say. I'm good. I'm rich as hell. I'm fine. Trust me, I can get any woman I want. I'm good. Real quick, so Draymond went 1 for 7, 2 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Even though his point total, let's just say, was not good, he still gave you rebounds and assists. But at what point, if you're Draymond and you miss, 1 for 7 is not, like you said, it's not a whole lot. And probably like you said, because Curry didn't believe in him. At some point, do you tell Draymond going into Game 5, hey, look, bro, don't worry about the rock. Just get rebounds and assists and play defense.
I would hope. I would pray. At this point, I mean, what was Isaiah Thomas said? Those are park numbers.
No,
Like, those are
grade school numbers.
Grade
God
school
bless
numbers.
Isaiah
Yeah,
Thomas.
grade school
God
numbers.
bless him.
he wasn't wrong.
Look, I understand he's giving you rebounds. I understand he's giving you assists. The problem, though, is the shots that he's doing are shots he should be making.
Yeah.
That's the part that baffles
Right. It's not
me
like
the
he's
most.
shooting like horrible jump shots. You know what I mean?
He's and I don't want to. And by the way, and hold on, that thing Sanders said. How long have I been saying that? How long have I been saying that? I'll pull it up what he just said. No.
I got you.
How long have I been saying that?
He ain't wrong.
I've been saying that for a little
Wow.
bit. Because the problem with him is like defensively now, he's just not it anymore.
Right.
He's not. Look, I'm gonna put it to this way, bro. Peyton Pritchard is driving by Draymond Green. You do with that as you will.
You know what's interesting? But you know what's interesting is when they did take him out without Green being in there, Boston or Golden State outscored Boston 11-3 when Green was out. So I guess that kind of tells you right there, right?
Yeah, it does. And the thing is like, I wouldn't be mad. And like I said, the main problem I have with the missed shots Draymond is having, those are shots that he should be making. These are wide open shots. These are around the rim shots. This dude has the defense of Patrick Beverly and the offense of Russell Westbrook. It's insane. This guy is missing wide open, like literally shots that like my son would make.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have the strength to get the ball. Forget to the net. Okay. He can't even get a quarter of the way there. And my son will make more buckets than that. Like it's insane just how bad. Like he's missing usually in the places where it's his bread and butter. And then, like I said, defensively, Draymond is getting cooked. He's getting cooked.
At the very least, he should be able to, he should be able to hit those, those little shots, those little 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot, even 5 foot, that's almost damn near a little baby hook into the bucket. So he should be
hitting. And these are shots that we've seen him make before. And this is what I'm trying to like. I'm convinced in saying this, and I have no problem saying this. Draymond there are primes for every player in the NBA, right? Every player has a prime. Even if you don't play a single minute, every player has a prime. The problem is every time we see a prime, we think, oh, your prime should be at least 5 years. Draymond had a 4-year prime?
Yeah.
You could say a 4-year prime. And ever since the last championship they won, right? The season going into the year that they lost to Toronto because of the injuries. From then on, Draymond Green has been the epitome of disappointment. And I think the reason why people are disappointed in him is because they expect better. And here's my thing. This is my opinion. I don't think we should be disappointed in him. I think we need to understand, bro, Draymond's a system player who just ain't it anymore.
Which is really weird to me because Steph Curry said in an interview, during this series, and he's 34 years old, that he's in his prime. And then Draymond's 32. And how the hell is he not in his prime? Like, he should be in his prime, too. Like what is it about Draymond? I mean, physically, he's still there. I mean, is it just mentally? Are they playing better than him? I mean, like, what is causing him to deteriorate when he's only 32?
Simple. He's not that good. That's literally the only thing. Draymond Green is a solid player. No debate. He's a solid player. Pick him up. Go put him on any okay team. Any okay team. The Atlanta Hawks.
Hey.
Go put him. Okay team. The Atlanta Hawks. The Knicks. You put him on any team like that. We're killing Draymond. Because when Draymond has to be the number 1 or 2 option, what has he done? Matter of fact, I don't even have to do that. We saw it last year. when Golden State literally had, but when Golden State was going through their stuff and it was just Draymond out there, what was he doing? Putting up Lonzo Ball numbers when he was with the Lakers.
Yeah.
I was calling him Draymond Ball.
Yeah.
I was calling him Lonzo Green. Dude was just so out of it. That's really it. Like, look, and I've said this a lot, and people get mad at me when I say this because they go, "Oh, he's a freshman player." I understand that, but me, you plug me in that system, and you be like, "Yo, do what Draymond does." I could do it easily when I have Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. I could do it easily.
So then, I guess Anthony Price is saying is, does Green have any trade value?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he'll have value.
He's with like the
Not that
last
crazy.
pick.
Come on.
He's like the last pick of the second round.
No, I get it. Hey, when you're 32 and you don't score a lot, but you play, still play good, good D, and you still really, I guess so. You would be, a late second round pick. I think that's totally fair.
Right. So, it's not like they'll cut him or anything like that.
No.
Honestly, I don't think they even move on from him. I think next year they try to run it back with Draymond.
Would surprise me.
I think so too. I don't think they're getting rid of Draymond. I really don't. I think he's going to be there for the duration.
I
do think that if they ask him to take a pay cut as he gets a little older, I don't see.
As he gets older,
keep paying him. I don't know if I don't know what he's making on a contract, but I can see him taking a pay cut.
But I saw something today, Jay. I think that the big three of Klay, Steph, and Draymond have now tied or are about to surpass the big three for the Spurs of Ginobili, Parker, and Duncan in terms of playoff wins with 50.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, I know they're right there with them, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, they've got the titles. They've got many playoff appearances.
But like they were saying, or I guess what's that guy?
That doesn't sound right.
No, that's right. Look it up.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying
when I saw it, I was shocked. I'm like, really?
Right? Yeah, like that. I don't know, because I just think it's just the memories that I feel like every single year that they were that the Spurs were in the Western Conference Finals. I keep thinking that when I think there was a couple years where they played the Clippers in the first round and they lost.
Let's see.
The fourth and fifth seed type stuff.
Yeah. I feel you.
So
Yuki said thoughts on Luis Angelo suing his own family. I believe that's the owner for the Orioles. I didn't really read into it, but I saw like a headline.
Wow, sues his brother and his mother. He's suing them both over the control of the Orioles.
Look, man, the Orioles are already in rough shape. This ain't helping.
Hey, I would say if anything, if he takes over the team, maybe they go in a different direction. Maybe it could help them because the current direction they're in with the current people who are there,
it ain't working.
I was about to say, like, a lot of people have been calling for them to sell the team or give up some ownership or something because Baltimore they've been ooh for a while. So, and by the way, Yuki, yes, I'm waiting to listen, and this is the bet I'm making.
Okay,
I'm here. If the Celtics do not win the championship, matter of fact, babe, I'm making this legit. 100%. We're making this legit. I don't want no ifs, ands, or buts. Babe, if she doesn't get in here, I'm gonna go assault her. I'm gonna go.
No, don't say that.
No.
You can't say that on TV.
Is that what? Oh, I said the love of my life, from the apple of my eye. Please come hither.
Are you sure you didn't say something along the lines of I'm gonna smack the shit out of her?
I said assault. I didn't say smack the shit. Come on. Give me some respect.
So you admit to saying something, huh?
No. Look, I need you here because I'm making it about people. If the Celtics win the championship, I'm gonna get my hair rebraided. Okay, I'm gonna be nice, right? I'm gonna get my hair rebraided.
Okay.
If they lose, you guys will determine what I do in my hair, whether I go straight bald, whether I get something shit, whatever y'all want. That's how confident I am.
Guys, please do not.
That's how confident I am.
She's gonna be praying for the Celtics.
Man, we're doing that. We are so doing that. That's actually finals worthy.
And that's
we
how
can end the show
confident.
right there, Jay. We don't need to keep talking. That's it. We don't.
You don't even have to. Hold on. Sanders says only because I'm gonna get some prize smoke. Yo, how about the Yankees? Fuck them. Also, I'm in the minority that says Boston will make the playoff. You're now back in my good graces. That second part put you back in my good graces. That first part, fuck the Yankees, bro.
So if they win, you're braiding, and if they lose, you're shaving, right?
And whatever y'all want.
He's
Whatever you all want. You guys can literally leave my hair like this and make me get a penis on the back of my head. I will do that. No questions asked. That's how, because the Celtics are winning.
See how
Relax.
confident he is?
That's how confident I am. That's how confident I am.
You love to see it.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Hey.
I'm glad your girl supports you too, Pride. I can hear the tone of her voice that she loves it. So shout out to her.
We
are going to clip that at about the 42 to 43 minute mark on the show to remember that, because I just think that's just amazing. And honestly, I'm there for it, man. I'm totally down for that. Hey, man, we're gonna take a quick commercial break and we'll come back and we'll get on with the rest of the show.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
My fiance said if we lose, or if I lose, and you guys put something crazy on my head, she will not go out with me in public.
All right.
For
I'm
the
gonna
future?
send you a few ideas, Pride. You can pick and choose.
No. You
No?
guys can agree. You guys can agree.
All right. Well,
I'll
I
do
will
it.
send
Just
it to our group
understand,
chat.
my
And we can
relationship
all
is
decide.
at stake.
Oh, it's fine. We'll make
Listen,
it look halfway decent.
I'm not going to jeopardize your relationship, but hey, because I don't want that heat on my conscience. But you will shave that damn head, and we're going to go from there. As a matter of fact, instead of doing the penis on the back of the head, the result will then be you shave your head and the beard, and we get a fresh face Pride to start off the new year.
Oh,
Or
God.
the new season of life.
You said the beard's off limits.
Ask Sander, I shaved this once.
No, it's okay.
Don't
Don't worry, hair grows back. It grows back. We're all good here. We're all good here. Hey, I think your wife will be, your fiance will be perfectly okay with you losing the beard versus having a penis. So I think we're okay there. Hey, folks. So currently Houston sits at the number 3 spot. I believe it is, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe is it OKC? Yeah, OKC is at the number 2 spot. And a lot of people are thinking that Chet Holmgren would be a really good addition to the Rockets in the terms of his defensive specialty, his defensive prowess, which would go along with the offensive-minded rest of the team. The guy's 7 foot. His only knock is that he's 195 pounds. He does need to put on some weight to be able to handle the down low. But what they would be looking at would be potentially Houston would be getting picks 2 and 34. And OKC would be getting picks 3 and 17. Pride, what do you think, man? Should Houston pull that trade and try to go for Chet Holmgren, or just stay where they are at number 3?
I mean, here's my thing. I would only trade up if Chet Holmgren is like, if you feel like he's it, right? I've said this before. I do believe he'll go number 1. I really do. I do like him. Even with his size, I don't think that's that big of a deal. Only because you can move him in at the 3. You know, basically do what teams have done with KD. Put him at the 3. You know, and then all of a sudden, you know that whole weight thing is kind of like, you know, it's still there, but you're not as worried about it. But if I'm this is just me, but if I'm the Raptors, or not Raptors, I'm sorry, if I'm the Rockets, I would be very careful because this isn't a draft where you have no talent. Like, this is a respectable, and again, like, you still, let's say for some reason Chet Holmgren goes 1. You can still get Paulo Banchero. You can still go get Jabari Smith. Jaden Ivey is still there, right? Like, or AJ Gridley. You still have
You got
other
options.
guys. Yeah, so if you lose, if you lose Chet Holmgren, again, I think he's going number 1. But let's say he doesn't go number 1. If I'm Houston, I would take that risk. That's just me. I would take the risk and wait 3 and hope he falls to us. And if he doesn't fall to us, you still have other options.
Yeah, you probably either, depending on where they fell at number 3, you're either looking at probably either Banchero or Jabari Smith would probably be who you'd be looking to. The thing about
because the top 3 is going to be Smith, Holmgren, and Banchero. Those are going to be the 4. Yeah. Those are going to be the 3. So if I'm Houston, and again, they're all, for lack of a better term, big men, right? Like Smith and Banchero are both 4s. Holmgren is a I'll
hybrid 4-5.
I'm gonna call him a stretch 5, right? Because I'm not comfortable calling him a straight 5.
And the thing about him is he does have he shoots a 3 ball at 39%. So he's got a pretty decent 3 ball as well. Logan, my question is this. The word on him would be that if you brought in Holmgren, it would space the floor better than Banchero and Smith for the likes of Green and Porter Jr. And I think that's what they're looking at from Holmgren is, number 1, his defense, his 3-point shot ability, his ability to stretch the floor for the other players. I think that's what they're looking at. But, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, that definitely makes a lot of sense. I mean, like you said, he shoots it close to 40%. Hopefully we'll see how that translates to the NBA. But I think that would be a really good young core to build with, is with those 3 guys there. And just also Christian Wood, right? You do still have him, who's pretty decent. And just build around the young guys, pick up a couple of veterans in free agency for dirt cheap. I mean, the Rockets could be a decent team. I'm not saying they're going to be like perennial all-stars and everything, but I mean, they could definitely improve on a top pick. So, I mean, I think that if they want to give up some assets, then go for it, man. I mean, if you're going to go in for a rebuild and if you're trying to get out of it, then I mean, why not, man? So I'm cool with Houston doing this. It wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah, so
just to answer his question, Chris Gonzalez is a Colts fan. He's up in that area. So it'll be Chris Gonzalez, and you'll see him on Unscripted and a few other spots on ASAP and things of that nature. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah, but I mean, look, to be honest, you're fine because Houston right now is 3rd. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, whether it be Jabari Smith, Chet Holmgren, or Paulo Banchero, you still got a solid big, right, that fits with your young core. If I'm Houston, I would trade up if this was a situation, like a LeBron situation. Right. You know what I mean?
Like a bona fide star.
Right, that not only that this player's a bona fide superstar, but then you also are looking at the field and like nobody else is even worth getting. Like if you're in that situation, sure. But at the same time, if I'm Houston, I would wait. Because again, let's say they get, Orlando get or on the flip side, what if OKC's dumb? What if Orlando is dumb? And instead of getting one of them, what if one of those teams reach and they try to get the power forward out of Iowa, Keegan Murray? What if they try to do something like that? Like being a top 3, I would wait. I really would, especially considering that you still have other talent out there. I would wait. Like if you were 5, I would consider it, but being top 3 and there's 3 guys that everyone is kind of really sweating their balls off for, I would stay where I'm at.
So it was Gridiron Yuki, I believe, that asked the question, if I'm not mistaken. He said, is there anybody that you think that is overrated in this year's draft? Pride, you got anybody that you think is overrated?
Not really, because to be honest, no one's really been, this is one of like the first drafts I can really remember where they're not forcing anybody to be a star. They're just kind of like, hey, yo, these dudes are good. Check them out. You know what I mean? Like, they're this is the first time in a while they're kind of letting the game speak for itself. You know what I mean? But if there's one that you have to put a knock on. I don't know. There's a kid out of New Zealand that like the knock was his ethic, his work ethic. What was his name? He's out of New Zealand. He declared. As soon as he declared, there was like 5 minutes of everyone was like, "Oh yeah, cool," and then they started looking into him. And they were like, "Oh, bro, he's got a horrible motor." Let me Google him.
So, do you think? And I'm not saying that he's overrated, but with Banchero in his one season at Duke, he really kind of struggled on the defensive side of the ball, especially like guarding out on the perimeter. Do you think that will hamper him in the NBA?
As long as his shooting and his scoring makes up for it, he'll be fine. I mean, Trae Young sucks at defense, but also he led the league in points and assists. So, I mean, he could.
Luka doesn't play all the
Luka doesn't play defense either.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of curious with him being at the number 3. Y'all don't think that his defense will be any issue or anything like that going forward?
I mean, I feel like it'll be an issue in certain situations, but like, I don't think it's going to affect his draft stock.
Right. I don't think. And by the way, Ousmane Dieng is his name. That's the kid's name. This is. And by the way, what I'm looking at, he's projected to go 14th.
Oh, okay.
This is his strengths. This is the entire list of his strengths. Ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Draft age.
That's it.
Okay. This is his stat weaknesses. I cannot make this up. I promise you, this is real life. True shooting percentage, free throw attempts rate, field goal percentage, offensive rebounds, effective field goal percentage, 3-point percent, free throw percent, rebounds. I'm still not done. Assist to turnover ratio, blocks, assists, points, defensive rebounds.
So why is he projected a 14?
Yeah, that's what I asked the same thing.
I don't know.
I mean, Grant, I'm not gonna base my because I haven't seen it play or anything, but
it's insane. And like, and just again, this is just for to put it in context. The guy that they have in front of him, projected, Mark Williams, is center from Duke. They have him projected going 13th to the Hornets. Okay, his stat strengths are offensive rating, true shooting percentage, effective field goal percentage, 2-point and field goal percentage, turnovers, offensive win shares, PER, blocks, win shares, offensive plus minus, assist turnover ratio, free throw percentage, and offensive rebounds. And his only weakness is free throw attempts rating. That's it. Okay,
well, damn.
That is the guy in front of him, right? At
what fell off between 13 and 14?
Oh no, hold on, no, my guy. Because if there's a fall off, it's a pothole. Because right after him at 15th, right? Oh, no. They got Eason, Tari Eason, the power forward at LSU, going to obviously 15th over to Charlotte.
Brian, who did you have at 14 again? What was his name? The one at 14. What was his name?
The guy from New Zealand.
Ousmane Dieng.
Dieng.
He must be from Nigeria. That sounds like a Nigerian name.
He's actually from France. So.
Oh, it's France.
That's a swing and a miss there, friend.
I swung big time. I think I swung at a slider and it was a fastball.
And by the way, real quick, hold on. Let me share my screen. Because this is real. I don't want anyone thinking I'm trolling. You mind putting it up, Jay, real quick?
Yeah, I got you.
Just real quick, because I don't want anyone thinking I'm trolling, okay? This is the guy projected to go after him, okay? This is the guy, Tari Eason, who's projected to go 15th. Mm-hmm. This is Mark Williams, the guy who's projected to go 13th.
I see a bunch of green. That's good.
For him. Straight greens.
Hey. Hey.
Like, what
are we doing?
Wow, draft age. That literally is all he has is draft.
How old is he? I'm guessing.
Well, 18. I guess that's your overrated player right there at 14.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty overrated to me.
So that was like, again, I don't know whether or not this is, because the only reason why I started looking into him is because like I saw on Twitter how how on Twitter like they be asking questions and they'll kind of tweet or whatever. And they asked that and they threw out Dieng and they were like, bro, his motor is very questionable. And I was like, he's a young kid. You know what I mean? Like, come on, let's be honest, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not even 20, he's just a kid. And then I started looking into it and I'm like, how is he going to be a professional basketball player? Like, what's going on? Like,
Very interesting.
it's insane. God bless him, though. God bless
Best of luck. Watch him be like a Hall of Famer. That'll be one of the greatest stories right there.
He's gonna be like the next LeBron, the next Manu Ginobili, D Wade, like. So basically, the Shaq 2.0. Nah, bro.
Yeah. No, I think no.
At least with Shaq, at least in Shaq, you can say dominance, and that would kind of like supersede everything else. Like the only thing that protected him was like his dad nutted in his mom a year later.
Oh,
that is the only plus side this kid has. Whew. And like everything else, like basically age, you're great. Being a basketball player, womp womp, and that's not good when you're entering the NBA draft where you need to play basketball.
That is a solid
that right
suggestion.
There, like think about it. That right there, like that raise of that's me fresh out of high school. No, that's me in my prime. Let's just throw it out. That is me in my prime. All right, and this kid's a projected 14th pick. God bless this country, bro. Throw me in, coach.
So he said there's a chance that Czech could play with Jalen Suggs. That's interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah, if I'm mistaken, somebody fact check me. I think he's in Orlando.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in Orlando, and they have number one. So that would be, I guess, a link, like you were saying, Pride, where he probably should or will go number one because of that probably wouldn't have a factor at least in it.
Right. So it's gonna be interesting. By the way, Yuki says which team got the 14th pick? Cleveland.
God, if Cleveland takes him, you know they're going straight to hell.
It'll be the most Cleveland thing possible. Bro, like Cleveland is trying to become the new New York Knicks. They're trying to become the New York Knicks. Let's have one good year and then go back to what we've been doing for like the
hockey balls. Gee,
bro.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see how that pans out for them. Hey, how crazy is that, man? Did I skip one? I did. I skipped a couple. I don't know why. I don't know how my finger did that, but anyway. So LeBron wants to own a Vegas team. I think we talked about this earlier in the morning, but we're going to talk about it again. I just want to kind of get you guys' perspective on it. Man, so, Bron already has a stake in Liverpool, the soccer team Liverpool, and then he also has a stake in the Boston Celtics. That's your team, Pride. And if he gets a stake in basketball, which I gotta imagine is about 4 to 5 years away because you can't get a stake while you're playing. But I think about 4 to 5 years, he'll get his stake, however much that stake is in basketball. And when that happens, the only thing he's got left to do is just get a stake in football. And he's got all the major sports combined in his portfolio. That to me is crazy. But great. I mean, it's great, but it's crazy.
Mike do that. Can Mike do that? Yeah, right. That's why Bron's my GOAT. That's why he's my GOAT. Man, they could wish he could do that. He's too busy gambling. But I mean, look, like LeBron has always said he wanted to own a basketball team. You know what I mean? Like he's been saying this for a while.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about after. Yeah, like after Miami, when he basically was like, "Yo, no more shortcuts, like, or no more cheap deals." I'm trying to own a team. So,
and to answer your question though, Pride, Mike is the majority owner of the Hornets. That takes a lot of capital. So and he's worth about 1.7 billion. I think LeBron is right at about $1 billion. I think Michael could have done that. But I don't know. I mean, and if Bron was to get the majority stake of the Vegas team, I don't know if he would he still have had the capital to go with those other teams at a minority level. I don't know. I don't really know what the buy-in on that is. I guess it depends on how much of a percentage of those teams you're trying to acquire.
Should have, could have, would have. Should have, could have, would have.
Should have, could have, would have. Hey, let me tell you something.
And he wouldn't do it because he couldn't do it. Michael
can. Either way, man. Either way, how amazing is it? I'm gonna point that out. It's really amazing, and I'm gonna point this out because to me, it is really spectacular that Bron, Tiger, Jordan, all three are billionaires, all three are athletes. I mean, but you have 3 African Americans that are really doing amazing things that really came from, let's be honest, not a whole hell of a lot. I don't know. I can't say that for Tiger. I don't know what Tiger's background is. Tiger may have been okay.
Tiger,
but definitely Bron came from, he came from the streets, man. And now he's a billionaire with all these, team. I mean, that's a good I mean, I take my hat to him.
Yeah. By the way, real quick, it's the Boston Red Sox that he has a stake in. So
Yeah, that's what I said. Red Sox. Didn't I say
you
Red
said
Sox?
Celtics. You said Celtics.
Did I say Celtics?
You said Celtics, sir.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I misspoke. That's what I was
thrive.
reading was the Red Sox.
I
But yeah.
thrive in being able to correct you. Like that's my life goal.
Hey,
Like,
hey, you know what though, man? The fact that I am living rent free in your head is a beautiful thing because there's a lot of square footage in there, and it's prime real estate, and I get that shit for free, so it's all good.
Prime real estate, and it's all for you. All for you. Like nobody.
Hey, listen. I just want to know that when you shave that beautiful head of locks that you have, I want some sent to me in a Ziploc bag, and I'm going to literally tack it on my wall. And I'm going to use it as a badge of honor. So when I come on podcast, I'm literally going to show that lock of hair on my wall. And it's going to be the most beautiful thing ever. It's going to be fantastic.
Jay said when I shave my head, he wants me to send some of it to him in a Ziploc bag. So every time he does a show, he can show it. So. Oh, no, Yuki. Oh, hold on. I got to find it now. Hold on. Hold on. I got to find it. Hold on. I got to find it. Oh my God! Hold on! No! This is for you. Oh, here it is. Yes, here it is. Hold on.
Are you sending it to me?
No. I'm about to share it right now.
Okay.
I hope the audio works. All
right, here we go.
Hopefully it works. This is for you, Yuki.
No. There's no volume.
Did the volume work?
Nah, the volume.
Hold on.
You didn't click the thing.
Y'all know what I meant. But as soon as he put that, I had to do it. I was like, I had to do it.
Hey, listen, listen. I want to make it very, very clear because I don't want any backsliding. You're going to, if the Celtics lose, you're gonna shave that head. You're gonna shave that beard. It will grow back, and we're gonna do it. It's a one-time deal. It's come on. Let's go.
I'm agreeing.
Okay. And I think that will then preserve your future marriage, and we're all good.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna be testing her.
But again, hey guys, so obviously, I cannot imagine. Silver has come out and said, well, currently we have no plans to expand. We're going to keep it at third. But we all know that's bullshit. They're going to expand, and you got to know that one of those damn teams is going to be Vegas. There's no way in hell they don't go to Vegas,
especially since the NFL did it. Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah, I mean, let's just be honest. That's where the money's at, is in Vegas.
It is, and like I said, Bron has been wanting to do this for a while. And again, like a Vegas team, dude, that's a lot. That's a lot of free real estate. Like, it's a lot of free real estate out there, man. That
hey, I'm just saying. And Logan, let me ask you this, Logan, man. Look, we all know my beloved Jordan. He has not. Let's just say he has not had all the success out there in Charlotte. Charlotte's not a bad team. They have been somewhat competitive, but nobody takes really Charlotte too seriously. And Jordan's been there for a hot minute now.
Oh, yeah.
How do we think? And let's be honest. Bron kind of had an issue with bringing in Westbrook and the whole Laker thing. I'm not saying it's all his fault, but, he has shown where, it's a little bit of an issue for him. How do you think Bron is going to fare at the ownership level with Vegas? Are they going to be able to put out a really good competitive team, or do you kind of see a Michael Jordan-esque thing happening?
That's so hard to tell. He didn't even own one yet. But
I'm just saying, if he took over, what would be your thoughts?
I mean, there'd be people flocking there just to play, him as an owner and everything.
Robert.
But I ain't sure what's going on, Rob? I ain't sure how he's going to do as an owner, though. But I would hope you do better than Jordan because he ain't done the best.
Well, but here's the thing, though. You got to remember, when you have like a new team, you get the pick of the litter, So it's like, every new team, they're gonna be horrible for a minute. So he's gonna be horrible for a grip. He's gonna be bad, right? Like this team is gonna be bad, But I'll be honest, bro. I love LeBron. We all know how much of a LeBron fanboy I am. I don't think he'll be as bad as Jordan, but I think he's gonna be like middle of the road. I don't, because a lot of his deals, some of them are great. Let's not act like LeBron running things is the worst thing in the world. A lot of them are great. But then you get Russell. You get the Russell Westbrook. Then you get the Isaiah Thomas trades of the world and that type of stuff. Like, well, actually, I shouldn't even say Isaiah Thomas because he didn't even want an old D Wade. You know, he was there for that. You know, like getting an old D Wade and getting an old Derrick Rose, who they're all on the same team as Isaiah Thomas, who they're all ball dominant, all trying to prove they still have it, that type of thing. So I don't think he'll be horrible, but I don't think he'll be great either. I think he'll be kind of like a middle of the roadish owner who, you know, he'll say some stuff, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, let's get this person and that person. And I do think because ownership is a completely different legacy than player, I think LeBron might be able to understand that and just be like, look, you know, let me have a group of people and confer and all that stuff. So I honestly see him being an owner and making decisions as like a group type of thing. So in my opinion, I think he's going to be kind of like a middle of the road guy where like the only reason he's really the owner that the NBA wants him to be an owner is just so he can occasionally come out and be like, oh, hey, everyone, look at me. And then, you know, they could use that to like pop ratings. And whatnot. So that's really – because if you think about it, that's what they did with Mike in the beginning. In the beginning with Mike, they were like, hey, you don't got to run the team. Just come out occasionally and be like, hey, look, I'm Michael Jordan. Hi, everyone. Like, you know what I mean? That's usually what they'll probably try to do with any all-time great that buys a team. So, but for Braun, I think it's going to be a little bit of the middle of the road. It's going to be some harsh years in the beginning, though, if he just starts there. Like, if he buys a team and relocates, then we could have another conversation. But if we're talking about starting it in Vegas, that's going to be it's going to be rough.
Logan, how you feel about Braun, baby?
Well, just to reiterate, I think that he'll be fine. If he buys a team, it would not surprise me at all. And I mean, plus with his career winding down, with him not going to be playing for much longer, I'm sure he was looking into more and more ways to get into a team, to buy a team. And like we said in the beginning, he already has minority ownership in a bunch of different organizations across the world, in different sports. So whatever the team may be, whether it's basketball or anywhere, honestly, I think that he'll go for it, and of course he'll be compared to Jordan once again for owning a team.
You ever just want to make a joke and
you can't say it?
Yeah, I'm putting it in the private chat.
I was about to say that's probably best so we don't get kicked off the air. I'm scared though. Pride, your humor is next level.
Yeah, I don't know why the NFL, they do tend to move their teams around a little bit. They're not really necessarily but I think they're fine with 32 teams. I don't think they're trying to go any more or any less at that point. Lightning take a 3-2 lead over the Rangers. Man, I gotta be honest with you, man. This Lightning team is just playing phenomenal right now. And my fruition that they're going to repeat is just looking even that much more accomplishable. Of course, the Avalanche are going to give them a hellified run as well. But, man, I mean, let's be honest. Did anybody see this Lightning team coming back from where they were at to where they are now?
I didn't see them win 3 straight. I mean, New York was up 2-0, and they've blown it. I mean, Tampa's got all the momentum, and it would not surprise me at all if they win game 6 and win 4 in a row, which is really hard to do.
Yeah, it's. So I had the Lightning winning in 6. So you know how I am when I'm stubborn, right? And when the Lightning was down 0-2, I was like, all right, cool, Lightning in 7. Because I'm just I'm stubborn.
You should have stepped to the 6.
Honestly, it's looking like it. It's looking like it. It was very, very slow start.
Right.
When they went down 0-2, it was just they looked jet lag, bro. Like that's like the best, dude. They looked horrible, right?
But in these last few games, they look great.
Right, they cleaned up a lot, especially too on turnovers too. Puck management was a problem that they've been having. They've been cleaning it up. They really have been. Right now they're playing And
Also,
yeah,
you're
so
right.
right now it's
that video was insane. If you haven't seen it, by the way, go check it out.
the Raiders gonna clock the crap out of that landing thing. I heard about it.
It was
'Cause
crazy,
it was,
man.
Bro, it took over Twitter.
One shot and that dude went down.
But I couldn't find the video.
I think he's okay now. I hope he's okay
Probably
because
still
that dude got punched. I mean, it's for no reason. Like, I don't know.
That's insane. Hold on.
I'm sure you can find it, Pride. Come on.
Rangers fan who knocked out Tampa Bay Lightning fan was acting in self-defense, lawyer claims.
Oh, well, that's the lawyer, so.
Yeah. Okay. He was trying to diffuse and de-escalate the situation by detaching this man from consciousness.
Damn.
Oh, I found the video. Hold on.
that word detaching.
We don't need the sound either, so you
Hold
just
on.
play it. Look at Pride doing a great job doing some video work tonight.
He said detaching him from.
I told you.
Oh, yo.
Put that up on the screen.
Did he jump?
Pride got the initial viewing.
You just got knocked the bleep out. How you asleep before you hit the floor? My dude was snoring before contact. How?
Throw it out there, Pride.
Yeah. Oh.
It's not like,
Let's go.
there's blood or nothing. It's fine. It's just a punch.
Dude, this isn't, bro. I actually looked at, bro. This is insane. Share screen. Boom. No thanks. I am not interested. Minding his business. Yo,
Right in the middle here.
Bang.
Boom.
Dead.
Wow.
And it goes on for like another minute and a half, and he's just there.
Yeah, look at this. Like everyone is just kind of go. Hold on, I need to see.
They're just
something.
walking around him.
Okay, I just want this to be clear. This guy right here. Do you see that blue thing around his neck?
Yeah.
I'm convinced he's the one who threw that at him. I swear to God, because like if you watch. By the way, I love how he's wearing it in his back pocket. Like, oh yeah, like I does this. Like he's a crip. Oh man. Ready? Shurioken!
Oh.
And now here it comes. Boom. Someone gets thrown at him. Boom, right there.
And it said, I think he said he punched someone else just outside. And that's what led to him getting arrested. Not even this. I think he said he punched someone else.
Literally,
That is
the next sentence, a good Samaritan who witnessed the attack followed a punch boy in an attempt to stop him. But punch boy punched his pursuer in the face too, police said.
This
Why
man is
would
just
you-
going out knocking everyone out. Oh, not the still images. They didn't have to do that. Come on.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do it like
He
that.
just laid him out, though. He had really good follow through, good use of the hip and legs. I mean, just put it all in there.
You know what I think happened? I'm convinced his girl broke up with him. He
Had a bad night.
By the way,
man.
if
His team
anybody-
lost.
If anybody can, if you want to go find it on your own, I highly recommend it because you can actually hear the guy who got hit. You can hear his head. You hear the thud of his head kind of hitting the ground. He shut down like unpaid light bills.
He shut down like unpaid light bill. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, he was definitely knocked the hell out.
Yeah. Man.
Hey, listen.
Yeah,
Okay, so here's the deal. I believe the next game is back in New York, correct?
Dude.
Am I right on that, Logan? It should be in New York.
Brad, what did you just say?
Dude, it's right now.
Yeah. Play right now, Jay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they're in New York, correct?
No, I think they're in.
Are they away?
Hold on, where you close at? I think they're in Tampa.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It's in Tampa. You're
I
right.
think they're in Tampa, yeah.
Man, hey, so if the Lightning come out and play desperate and get this win tonight, then they can close out the Rangers and move on to the Avalanche. And
Colorado's just been chilling for a minute.
yeah, Colorado's over there. They probably went to Cancun for a couple of days. Now they're ready to get back.
Imagine going to Cancun not because you lost, but because you're bored. What a time to be alive.
Because
bro.
It is.
Time
That
to
is
kill.
a hell of a time to be alive, man. Honestly.
Man was walking
Man
down the
was
hall.
walking down the hall and the
walking to
next
the pearly
he
gates.
was walking in the pearly gates.
That's insane, bro.
Hey, man. Hey, there ain't no doubt about it, man. All
My
right.
favorite
Hey,
line is
Angels
like,
losing streak. Hey, Angels losing streak ends at 14. And I got to be honest with you, man. Otani is just something crazy. The man hits a home run. He gives up what? I think he did 100 pitches with his basketball's velocity at about 101. But he's the first player since 1969 to get a home run, an earned win that snapped a losing streak with at least 10 games or more. Yeah. So, man, hats off to Ohtani putting the Angels on his back and carrying them to the win to break the streak. Where do you guys see the Angels going from here? And what do you think about, Ohtani and his efforts, obviously?
I feel so bad for Ohtani. I really do, because they stopped the streak against the Red Sox only to lose 7-3 to the Mets. So God bless him. God bless him, bro. I feel so bad for Ohtani. Like, the dude is trying so hard, and he's like, I'm doing everything I possibly can, and I'm getting poo-pooed on. Like, this is absurd, bro. I really feel for him, bro. Look, I don't think the Angels are doing anything this year, bro. They all look, and this is a shame too, because just a couple weeks ago, these guys were leading their division. That's something we forget, man. Like, the Angels were leading their division.
Yeah, they came out blazing hot,
bro. Blazing hot, bro. Like, dude. Only way they get any hotter if they were chilling with me and Satan in hell, bro. That's the only way they can get any hotter. But then all of a sudden they got cold, bro. They forgot what to do, bro. They get no play, bro. They're like me in high school, straight virgin, bro. They get no play whatsoever, bro. Like, it is horrible, bro. Ohtani's trying to do what he can. Like,
who's the Detroit Lions in the MLB?
Mike Trout freaking went through a drought where if he was a Trout, he's suffocating, bro. It's tough, bro. It is tough. I feel bad.
I would have to put the Orioles. If I say who's the Detroit Lions in the MLB, I'm putting the Orioles in there.
No. See, I'm putting the Mariners. They made the playoffs since 2001. They're going in there.
You can put the Mariners in there too, for sure. No doubt about it.
I know they did good last year, but still. So we're talking about the Lions, who were bad for a long time. That's why I'm putting the Mariners.
So, Logan, let me ask you this, man. Look, I'm going to ask you two questions. Number one, this is the first time a team has come out. And look, these cats were 10 games above 500 before this skid started. Now they're like a couple of games under 500. There's only been 3 teams that have come back being that far down when your losing streak is in double digits, and that was the 17 Dodgers, the 82 Braves, and the 51 Giants. Do you think that? I mean, me personally, I don't think that the Angels are going to come back from this. But what do you think? What's your opinion?
I think it's best they win the wild card. I don't know, man. They fired their manager during all this, which is weird too, because like Pride mentioned, they were doing great out the gates. And then they went on this horrible losing streak. They fired the manager. They still lost after that. They tried to do Nickelback night. That didn't work either. And they finally got the win last night.
Yeah.
The night before. So,
yeah, bro.
I don't know. I don't see it yet. I still think that the Mariners will probably win that division. My bad. The Astros. I forgot they were in there. The Astros will win that division. The Mariners, I mean, I know they've been kind of iffy so far, but I don't know. I just don't see it quite yet. They still need some help, man. They really do.
Can't believe you said the Mariners were going to win the division.
I forgot. I corrected myself.
If Mickey Delaney was on this damn show right now, you know how much DM work I'd be getting from him right now? Jesus, man, that guy haunts my DMs every time the Mariners going to win. I swear to God. Damien says the A's or the Lions.
No. Oh, the Lions?
No. I mean,
they at least make the playoffs a consistent bit.
I was about to say the A's are like,
even though they have Bag Boys as their right fielders and everyone.
Yeah, I think they're what the Jets were back in like the Mark Sanchez days.
Yeah,
where they're over 500. They're solid,
but they're not going to be the number one pick.
Right, like you're not. You're gonna go into the playoffs as a wild card to get bounced immediately. That's just kind of what they're about, you know. So, by the way, word of the day: minority.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Del Rio. Speaking of those types of things, what a time to transition into this topic.
What a transition.
Good work there, Pride. Good work. Way to transition for me. Del Rio. Del Rio compares the Floyd, the protest with over Floyd, his murder, to the Capitol situation. He gets fined $100,000. Me personally, I think he should have lost his job, or he should have been fined a hell of a lot more than $100,000. I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. The protesting that was done over George Floyd was in protest of the police officers' brutality, and they're trying to change the situation for the betterment of not only the African American community but minorities and just people as a whole. And then you're trying to compare that to a damn near militia or a coup trying to overthrow the government, and in the process murdering or killing and injuring a lot of police officers and citizens. Can somebody explain to me how this idiot, somebody in the Washington organization, I realize that it's a cancer from Snyder all the way down. So I can see how this would come out because their PR team is horrible. But at some point, Del Rio really should have talked to his PR team, bounced that idea off before he let loose on Twitter. It's just ridiculous to me. Prime, what is your thought process?
Right?
No, he's formulating his words.
Okay, I see him now.
New state, new name, same problems.
Yeah.
These bozos ran away from their problems only to do the same thing. I want to be a good noodle. I really do. This is probably the funniest thing I've heard since the day my mom told me my dad might come back. This is by far the funniest thing ever. For someone to do that comparison, that lets me know one of two things. Either A, you're an idiot, you're a moron, and you need to be locked away in a room, throw the keys out, because your stupidity is a legitimate danger to society. Or you're just racist.
Yeah.
Pick it. You could pick it. To compare a peaceful protest to a bunch of people who not only stormed the Capitol, but were role-playing while they were there how they were going to kill certain legislators that they disagreed with, who they don't even know how to spell their own last name, to idiots who basically injured other idiots when they were on the same team. Talk about friendly fire. And to compare those two things is the dumbest thing you can do outside of being at the Capitol on January 6th. However, I don't want him to be fired. No, I don't want him to be fired. No. Because in my opinion, that's letting him off too easy. Let's do a presser. Let's do a live presser. Let's do a live presser. Let's embarrass him. Let's put him up there. Let's have him answer the hard-hitting questions. Let's put him up there. Have a whole bunch of people, ask him questions and watch him contradict himself because he is, a moron. Calls it a dust up. Bro. The only thing that's about to be dusted up is your jaw, homie. You're about to get punched so hard, bro, that your teeth finna be dust. It's stupidity.
Yeah.
Ron Rivera fined him. And then what he did with the money was odd, but to teach their own. But I'm not even surprised, bro. I'm not even surprised. And you ready to hear the ironic part about it? Hold on, Jay, real quick. So so you agree that this is a problem, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So freedom of speech should not be here, right?
Oh no, freedom of speech is absolutely perfectly fine, but you have to understand.
But what I'm asking
but with freedom of speech, there are consequences.
No, I'm just saying, I'm just saying the umbrella, right? So we agree that this is just idiotic, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Right, 100%. Hey, Logan,
So
remember when everyone was complaining about a bunch of I don't know, stickers that had rainbows on them? What a time to be alive back in the olden days.
Oh.
Back in the olden days. But I digress. I'm just poking fun.
You're a good noodle.
I'm just being childish. But all jokes aside, though.
Pew, 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 pew.
All jokes aside, though, this is just it's ridiculous. But at the same time, let's be honest. There's really only one team that would have found a way to have this happen to.
You ain't wrong. In fact, I'm taking that back. The Detroit Lions of the MLB, or if we're doing this is the new Detroit Lions, is the Washington Commanders.
No, nah, bro. Because
in their own league.
Because here's the thing. The Detroit Lions just suck at football. That's it. The Commanders suck and are stupid. They're in a league all of their own. Like think about this. You guys ran away from Washington. Or wherever you guys played, wherever. You ran away and went to, what was it? Virginia or some stupid place like that? They left Washington to run away somewhere else. Changed their name. Then changed it again. So again, all this to avoid controversy because Dan Snyder was out here. My boy was out here being Deshaun Watson before Deshaun Watson found out how to do it. And that's not a joke. That's real life. And then you run from all that controversy to just double down and jump back in the controversial pool. Like,
yeah,
I don't understand it. To me, excuse me, I think it's dumb. But again, it's the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? So 140 police officers were injured and 130 police officers left after that situation. So that's 270 that were affected by this situation. That's a hell of a lot more than a dust-up. I'm sorry.
This is just me, though. I don't know how you can call it a dust-up.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't get that.
Like my only thing is like a dust-up is me, going pew pew, and then someone goes pop pop, right, and then and then like not pew pew, right, like more like pop pow, right, like I get punched, right, we get a little, as Jada Smith, that I'm a curse, but that stupid whore, like she would call it an entanglement, right, like that's a dust-up, right, when we go boom boom boom, right. Didn't people die in the insurrection?
I believe so.
Oh yeah, people did.
Yeah.
So how is it a dust-up? Question mark?
Yeah, it's you can't compare you can't compare the two.
Well, you can. You can just be Jack Del Rio.
Hey, but and Logan, let me ask you this. So they fined him $100,000 for that comment. Is that enough, or do you think that was just a little light?
I'm kind of with Pride. I feel like they could have fined him more. They could have also fired him. But there was a comment who put someone put up a comment. They said, "I wonder how his team, his defensive players, are gonna react to this."
Right.
The ones that he is going to, or at least at the moment, going to be coaching in a couple of weeks. Currently, I mean, that would kind of hurt my spirits a little bit.
Just real quick. Terry McLaurin, Chase Young, J.D. McKissick, Antonio Gibson, Curtis Samuel, Jonathan Allen, Just let me know when you want me to stop throwing out names real quick. Just whenever you want me to stop, you just let me know. All right.
Okay.
Kendall Fuller. We got Jonathan Williams. Benjamin St. Just. Derek Forrest. Markin Michelle. Khalid Hudson. Jeremy Reeves. David Bada. Bada. You guys want me to keep going or?
No,
I
what are that? I'm assuming those are the people that are in opposition of him.
No. Do you want to know what these guys have in common?
What do they have in
What do they have in
common? All right, I'm curious.
These are the guys that would slap the dog shit out of Jack Del Rio if he had the year. Instead of tweeting this, if he said this at a presser, these are some of the guys I would have slapped flames out of him. Do you want to know who else would have? I would say Carson Wentz, but since I like Carson Wentz, I feel like I'm allowed to say this. He would slap him and hurt himself. All right, I'm a Carson Wentz fanboy, so I'm allowed to make jokes.
He said he would need Tommy John surgery after he slapped him.
100%. So since I'm a Carson guy, I'm allowed. Taylor Heineke, I think, would slap the mess out of him.
Yeah, if you got the last name Heineke, you're definitely slapping him.
Yeah.
No, matter of fact, I take it back. He'll hit him with a bottle. If your name's Heineke, you're hitting him with a bottle.
He's gonna go find a Heineken and slap him with the.
But one more thing too, Jay, I want to bring up. Washington, they're going to have a stadium in a few years. They're currently looking to renew or move. And I've seen that at least 2, I believe, Democratic senators or someone in the higher ups have already said, we're not going to vote on this. We're gonna put no on this for y'all moving somewhere else because of these comments. So not only did Sean Taylor would rise from the dead and slap the taste out of God. He would choke slam him to hell. But
oh God, Muggle.
So I mean, this might have some long-term repercussions. We don't know.
And it's funny because you saying that, like
it could.
Like think about it. There were already some states already weary about bringing in Washington because of the allegations.
Oh
right?
Yeah, and now this just adds more gasoline.
Now you do this, and this is not like I'm not trying to turn it into a political thing, but you're now going to have to look at far right-wing states that, like the Texases of the world, of even Florida, those places that have been supporting the insurrection. You're going to have to start looking at those places to be. And the problem with that is, like, Texas, love it or hate it, guess what? That's Dallas, Texas country, right?
Yeah.
So you're already fighting from above. And then if you go to Florida, like what, half the league is already there? So like you're now just already fighting for it, right? So like you're now going to have to look at these far right-wing states and be like, oh yeah, let's go there. Because again, like you're now being put in this awkward situation, right? Now, like to Logan's point, they do have a few years. So maybe, you can kind of wash a taste out of their mouth about this, go, hey, Jack Del Rio, do me a favor, put yourself in El Rio and go drown because we don't want to see you anymore. Maybe they do something like that with him, right? Or they just let him go quietly or just have him shut up and not talk to reporters or whatever the case may be. Hopefully this blows over, but one more comment like this, and now you're going to have to start looking at and honestly, Yuki made a great comment. Bro, deportation. Remember what the Spurs did to Kawhi Leonard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Replace Spurs with NFL and replace Kawhi Leonard with Washington Commanders. And this might be something. They have wanted a team in London to capitalize on the whole.
And they have the facilities to accommodate.
So good luck with that accent. Cause you motherfuckers gonna have to learn one way or another, bro. You better let them fish and chips, governor. Cause that's what it's looking like for these dudes, bro. That's how it's looking, bro.
Hey, go over there and say, what is it? God, what was that? Hey, what was the war? Hey, governor, I guess the Revolutionary War was just a dust up.
That's perfect, Jay. What's the next topic? That's the last thing we're saying about that. Go. What's the next topic?
That's the line of the episode. I don't care.
Yeah,
that's the line.
That's the line. That is the line.
Oh dear God.
Oh, Del Rio, gotta love him. What quarterback is under the most pressure in the NFL? I've said this once, and I still believe this. that I feel like it's got to be Jalen Hurts because I feel like they've given him the weapons now. He's got, Devontae Smith on one side of the ball. He's got Brown on the other side of the ball. He's got a great running game, good offensive line. Everything you need to be successful. And the Cowboys have not upgraded at all. I think that they've actually lost something. So,
yeah, pretty much.
I feel like last year, okay, you gotta say a wild card berth. We didn't make it past wild card, but you got us a wild card berth. That's great. But now they should be saying, hey, look, there's no reason. If you're the leader of this team and you're the real deal, there's no reason why we shouldn't be going a little deeper than just the divisional round. What do you guys think? Who do y'all have as y'all's under the most pressure?
In my opinion, there's only two right answers. I agree with you with Jalen Hurts, and if it's not Jalen Hurts, it's Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah,
like that's really. Oh, by the way, just letting y'all know, I am watching the UFC fight 6:00 in the morning over there. They dimmed the lights to hide the fact that they did not sell out.
I wouldn't dim the
this
lights,
company,
they might be
bro.
falling asleep. Come on, I don't know about that.
Dude, I love this company, bro. I am watching I'm watching an independent wrestling show. They hide the light. I am watching TNA during the dark ages where they have the camera only at one spot. I am watching WWE during that time where they were losing the war to AEW, and they just decided, bright idea, let's dim the lights. This is what I'm watching. I love this company. I love it so much. But yeah, either Jalen Hurts or Tua Tagovailoa. That's just me. I think both of them, they're in a position where you can make an argument that not only their offense has improved enough for them, but you can now make the argument that those two guys are the X factors, and they need to perform in order for this offense to take off. Yuki says Aaron Rodgers. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is really under any pressure because no one really expects him to do anything. So I don't think he's there. Lamar Jackson, perhaps. I do think when you're a young quarterback like him who, throws the ball like Tim Tebow, there's always some type of pressure. Carson Wentz, that's another one. This is his third team in 3 years? That's definitely one. Geno Smith, look, bro. Listen, bro.
You missed on that one, I think.
To be honest, bro, he needs more pressure to make sure his jaw doesn't come undone so we can get him out of here. Drew Lock, perhaps, maybe, because maybe you can say, oh, yeah, the reason that they didn't really like me, over in this place in Denver is because they never really gave me a chance. Sam Darnold, I think this is his final year to prove he could be a starter. After that, bro, he's just gonna be a backup for life. Damian Hernandez has a question. Says we're talking about quarterbacks. What's your thoughts on Tyreek Hill saying Tua saying he's more accurate?
Of course, he would say that's his quarterback this year.
I would normally
say
I would normally say that, but if you heard the entire thing, I'm actually gonna take his word on it because he said, "Look, in terms of power, I'm definitely taking 1.5 every day of the week." So there was honesty there. And let's be honest, Tua Tagovailoa, he's not an inaccurate quarterback. The only knock that a lot of people have on him is his power. That's the knock people have on him. So I'm not mad at him saying that he thinks Tua is more accurate than Mahomes. I'm not mad at him for saying that. I would have had a conversation with him if he said if he said Tua had a better arm, like throwing power. I would have to sit him down and be like, all right, bro, the CTE is getting to your kid. You might want to relax and, settle down before you Aaron Hernandez yourself. You feel me? But I have no problem with the accuracy comments. I have no problem with that whatsoever. That's just me. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But nah, man. I do think there are a few quarterbacks under pressure, but for me, the top two has to be Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa, because if they don't step up next year, they're you can make an argument they'll be gone. And forget next year, maybe even this year, because you still got Jimmy G out there that some people are willing to go and take, and you still got Baker out there. Never mind the fact, let's say something happens in Denver and Russell Wilson in Denver wants to split ways amicably. You got that. Let's say Aaron Rodgers says, oh, I'm sitting out until, or he opts out and next year he's a free agent. You kind of have some semblance of options out there, but that those two definitely, in my opinion, are the top two guys under pressure. Whichever you want to say, whoever's first, whoever's second, it's really up to you. But if it's not Jalen Hurts, it's got to be Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the Tua Tagovailoa. Logan, who you got, brother?
Yeah, I'm with that. And I mean, Damien, you listed off a good bit of names too. Yuki did. I mean, yeah, Sam Darnold, if he doesn't do good this year, he's gone or he's going to be a backup. Drew Lock, I mean, he don't got much time left. Geno Smith is, I mean, he hasn't started a game and it feels like forever. So, I mean,
the only time he really started was just because last year when Russell Wilson got hurt.
I wouldn't say Carson yet. I'd give him another season, just because, I mean, like I said, this is 13 and 30 in 3 years. Lamar, yes, just because I get he's like, what, 23? He's still super young, but everyone's got all this hype around him, and he hasn't lived up to it quite yet. Rodgers, I mean, just to get a Super Bowl, that's all the pressure he's got. I mean, nothing small. But I mean, yeah, I mean, definitely, it's all this. I mean, there's a lot of guys who you could say, they got pressure, but I definitely think that Hurts is probably suspect number one because Philly's got a great team around them right now on offense and on defense. And if there's pedestrian play at quarterback, then there is your check right there, sir. Have fun walking to another team.
Mm-hmm. Hey, let me ask you, does anybody think that Geno Smith is a better quarterback than Colin Kaepernick?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
And yet Colin doesn't have a job. Go figure. What a time to be alive.
Well, you know, we all know why. Come on, we all know why. We all know why.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like how the hell does he not have a job?
Oh, by the way, I gotta let y'all know. My boss actually texted me.
Oh.
So remember Thursday we were talking about the thing?
Yeah, bro. Hey, how much trouble you usually?
He complained, so she was like, "We'll talk." She was like, "We'll talk on Tuesday." I was like, I don't give a fly. And I texted her. I was like, and I'm gonna read it because I want to say what I said verbatim. This
He's putting this on record.
Yeah. Quote: I regret nothing. I'll do it again with pride. I put that in quotes. She doesn't know that's my name, but that was kind of like a little jab at myself. With pride.
I love
and
it.
if he has an issue, I will not apologize. With a period at the end. I don't give a flying shit. I don't give a flying shit. All right. I said what I said and I fucking meant it. So
I got to be honest with you, Pride. I sometimes believe that you and Frankie came out of the same womb and but just the same, man. Because y'all have a lot of the same qualities.
I'm convinced me and Frankie are related. We just don't know it yet.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I think if somebody takes a DNA test, there's going to be some boundaries that have been crossed.
Yeah. I'm convinced only because there's some things that
y'all are just similar people, man. Yeah, like way similar.
Damien says under pressure: Stafford, Jimmy G, Fields, Goff, Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence, Matt Ryan, Tannehill, Tua, Josh.
Brothers just listing the whole
so half the NFL. Okay, so you guys mind if I tackle these one by one? Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah. Go ahead. Let me crack up so you can tag it.
So Stafford, no, because he just won the Super Bowl. Jimmy G, maybe, but even then, I mean, he's really not really under any pressure because, you know, the situation is just he's still getting paid and he's probably still going to get paid afterwards. So he'll be fine. Justin Fields, I don't think so because, to be honest, there's less pressure because you got a cancer called Matt Nagy out of there. Jared Goff, not really because, again, he's just a transitional quarterback. Patrick Mahomes, smoking pure herbs. Trevor Lawrence, not really because, if anything, they give him more, but there's no expectation of them to win. It's just do a little better. Matt Ryan, wash the shit. Who cares? Ryan Tannehill, maybe. That one you might be onto something. So I won't say the most, but I'll put some pressure on Tannehill. Tua, we already said. Josh Allen, smoking herbs, kid's the top 2 quarterback at worst. Trubisky, maybe if you want to make the argument, maybe because
we
some people look at him as a bum.
I mean, he just got there. I don't know. I mean, is he already under the gun? He just got there.
I'm going the route of Sam Darnold, where he's perceived to be a bum. So he kind of does have to perform so that way he can kind of.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
So I'm looking at it from that route. And then Jameis Winston, I get it, maybe. But the only reason why I'm taking there's less pressure is the Saints were playing nice before he tore his ACL. They really were.
Yeah, they were. They were really looking good.
Right. So now you do that and you give him Jarvis Landry. They still have Marquez Callaway. Let's see what happens with Al Kamara. I think they'll be. I don't think there's that much pressure on Jameis Winston. So I appreciate you letting me rapid fire that stuff.
Oh, you saw good. Last topic for the evening: Cincinnati, Houston, UCF, all to leave the American Conference and join the Big 12 to take over the spots of Texas and Oklahoma that are leaving. They will show up there in 23, and BYU from the independent side will also be coming over to the Big 12 as well. And I got to be honest with you, for Houston and Cincinnati specifically, I really think this will do a lot in terms of their rankings. It'll do a lot in terms of them getting better matchups, better, more serious games than what they were getting in the American side of it. So, and again, it's going to be harder for them because they will see tougher matchups. But I think in the long run for their schools, if they can continue to progress, that in the long run, this is going to work out very well for Cincy and for Houston. How do you guys feel about it, Pride?
No, I'm with you. Look, I believe that Cincinnati, heading into this year, wasn't really respected. Mm-hmm. And every time I would talk to people, it wasn't because that they were a bad team. It wasn't because of stats or anything like that. It was just, look at their conference. Like, that always what it boiled down to. So, Houston and Cincinnati, I think it'll benefit them greatly. UCF, sure. Well, honestly, it's kind of, I want to say shocking. Usually, it's about $10 million the schools would have to pay to exit, right? Like when they want to exit a conference or anything, usually they pay about $10 million. Cincinnati, Houston, and UFC each are going to pay $18 million. Ooh.
Yeah.
$18 million. So
it was, I believe, $10 million, and they tacked on 8, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah,
that's crazy.
They tacked it more. So that kind of lets you know that this is a big deal. You know what I mean? This is a big deal. And, for me, it's like there's no way you can look at it and go, oh, yeah, bro, the American, look, they're losing. I don't want to say all three, but definitely in Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. You're losing a very talented, and I don't want to call Cincinnati a powerhouse, but they're a very good team. Right. They're a very good program. Right. So for me, man, the fact that each team has to pay 18 lets you know that, this is legit, man.
Right.
This is legit. It's a problem. Again, you're looking at 3 teams. Cincinnati, they made the college football playoff. UFC and Houston, they earned an opportunity to be in the New Year's Six Bowl. So again, we're not looking at 2 washed teams. You know what I mean? We're not looking at, excuse me, we're not looking at bums. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. It's going to be interesting to see in the Big 12 how Cincinnati, and for me specifically, I'm looking specifically at Cincinnati, how Cincinnati is going to be able to handle the Big 12. I'm not really concerned about Houston and UCF. I'm not really like, oh my God. For me, the one that really makes my mouth water is Cincy. How can they handle if in the Big 12 they can go ahead and get back into the college playoffs? I'm about to be a Cincinnati Bearcat fan. I'm sorry, Chick-fil-A Bearcats. I'm about to be a Chick-fil-A Bearcat fan.
Every time I see that logo, I get so hungry and want to go to Chick-fil-A.
No, because I was talking about them one day, and it's funny because Yuki said their logo low-key looks like the Chick-fil-A sign.
It does. I'm surprised that there's not been lawsuits on it.
And when I saw that, and as soon as I saw that, ever since I've been calling them the Chick-fil-A Bearcats. So,
Logan, man, what's your thoughts on the whole Cincy, Houston, and UCF going to the Big 12, along with BYU, honestly?
I'm more shocked at BYU. I mean, honestly.
I don't, yeah.
I mean, I know they've done great in their conference for a few years. They had Zach Wilson and whatnot. But I just didn't expect them to move up. I wasn't.
If I'm not mistaken, somebody fact check me. When you're in the independent, you basically help make your own schedule, right?
Oh, yeah, you do your own schedule. What Notre Dame's doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I would never leave.
But they wanted to, they wanted to branch out. I mean, I get they're obviously one of the.
But is it a revenue issue? Like, if you're independent versus in a conference, is it more money in the independent side? Is that why they choose to do that?
I think it'd be more money for.
Definitely
more money for Big 12.
Independent, you sacrifice money for basically getting a better record.
And they got tired of sacrificing the money.
Right. So basically, look at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is like the prime example.
Oh yeah, they're loaded with money. They don't need any money.
Right, where they're independents, they're in the bowl game. Or no, I'm sorry, they get on the verge of being in the playoffs, or they do make it and then they get mollywop stomped every day, every way to Sunday. And the reason we can't do Sunday is because that day's for the Lord. Like that's basically, I think that's why BYU did it. Me personally, bro, I wasn't really that shocked. Because I don't know, like if I'm mistaken, BYU has been talking about moving conferences for like the past 3 years. They've kind of been like, saying, what if we were to leave? And saying things like, independent, it's not really for us anymore. Like, they've been saying stuff like that. So, I'm not too worried to be like, or not worried. I'm not really too shocked. If anything, I'm more shocked that no one's really talking about it. You know what I mean? Because again, going to independent to, the Big 12, it's really not that. It's not as popping as we had 3 American teams are leaving to join the Big 12. You know what I mean? So I'm a little shocked that it's not getting covered as much. You know what I mean? They're kind of just sneaking BYU in there. But in terms of them actually leaving, maybe it's just me, but I'm not that surprised as everybody else.
And I mean, as for Houston, UCF, I mean, all those teams have been like pretty solid over the last few years. And like I said, they're just going to get some more money. With teams leaving, obviously, there's going to be spots open up, so they are going to go fill it. And congrats to them. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch in 23. That's when everything goes down.
Yeah, man. Again, I think it's a good thing for U of H specifically, and obviously Cincinnati as well as the other teams, because it's going to generate more money for these smaller schools. Right. And as well as, like you said, it's going to give them better rankings, hopefully better bowl games. I mean, the whole thing, in the long run, is going to be good for them getting into a bigger conference, these smaller schools. So, hey, man, but they better be ready for it because it is a jump, right? So.
Oh yeah, it's going to be competition's going to be tougher.
All right, man, we're going to do the final thoughts. Pride. Final thoughts, my brother.
I regret nothing. To quote the great Chael Sonnen, if you don't go too far, you will never go far enough. Jack Del Rio, you're a piece of shit. If you agree with Jack Del Rio, you're a piece of shit. Rockets suck. Rays are garbage. Celtics in 7. And yeah, that's it.
When you say the Rockets suck, I just take that as a term of endearment from you, so it's all good.
Of course. Me saying the Rockets suck is like me telling Rob Chicago's garbage. I
know. That's what I said. But I got to Pride. I am 49 years old. It really took you to bring it home to me that, hey, Jay, don't take it so personal. It just means that he loves you. So you taught me lessons, Pride. Even though you don't know you're teaching me, you have taught me. So therefore, I am indebted to you.
Stop. You know what? If you want to be indebted to me, the best way for you to pay, you want to pay me back, it's only one thing.
Cash App. I got it.
Be happy and be yourself, brother.
He said,
hey, I appreciate that, and I will definitely take that to heart. Absolutely. Logan, final thoughts, bro.
Yeah, so like I said, we got final thoughts. Let me see what the score for the playoff game is. 1-0 Tampa right now.
Yes.
Into the second period, going into the third one. It's looking like Tampa Bay's moving on, fellas. So, hey, looks like we'll be talking some Stanley Cup next week, hopefully.
Yes, sir. Hold on.
All sports, all plays. 365, we're making up plays. You're talking the game, get you through the days. Behind the court, the diamond the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays.
One more thing, Jay, and then we can end it. Braves on a 10-game win streak, looking hot.
Hey, listen, folks, my hot take is this, and I've been waiting, but I'm telling you, Tua Tagovailoa has clearly been putting in the work. He said he's been putting in the work. Tyreek Hill gave him some little props, this, that, and the other. If his mobility is there, if his arm strength is there, if his injuries are not prolific, then I'm telling you, man, I got the Miami Dolphins winning 10+ games. I think they come in second behind the Bills, and I think they make the wild card, and that's my hot take.
Tua Tagovailoa. or how I'm gonna refer to him for the rest of my life, Tua Tagovailoa.
Ooh.
So
Tua Tagovailoa.
that's
All right, folks, man.
Yep. That's my boy.
Pride, much love. Thank you for coming on the show. You know you're going to come on every now and then, so we appreciate you. Please take care of the job situation. Don't make them too mad, Pride. Keep them cool. Keep them calm.
See how I feel.
Logan, man. Logan Landers, Frankie C, and the rest of the group, man. We all appreciate you. Much love. And until next time, this is Unscripted. We'll see you Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And more finals to talk about and all kinds of craziness. So y'all have a good night.
I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. It's kush. I love me too much and your brain turn to mush. Fall flat on your tush. You couldn't handle the product I push. I guess I'm just used to it, I just do it. Like Nike swoosh, none of that Reggie Bush. Cause I'm top shelf, I ain't got wealth. But I'm on my grind like park rails. I'd sell the shoes right off my 2 feet. Then add one, that's a yard sale. Got dumb bars that be smarter than Harvard, Yale. Take your pictures elsewhere. You wanna be TMZ, I wanna be VIP. Quit pandering, I'm not answering. Cause I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. All of that bark and no bite, that's alright. Not everyone can be the big dog. Take a walk, kick rocks. Can't keep me out cause I pick locks. They hearing me knocking, I'll never be stopping. I keep this shit popping like lip gloss.